That's the trash bin. Hey guys, I am back with another video. As I promised last week, I'm back with like weekly uploads. And for today's video, I'm going to talk about something that's very important for me and for some of you. And to my new viewers, my name is Shia. I'm a transgender woman living in China, and I started my transition back in December 2016, so it's been exactly 8 years since I transitioned. So much has changed in my life, whether it's like my physical appearance or just, you know, things and people in my life. So today we're gonna dig into, sorry, that's my cat is so yeah, I want to dig into that, and for the sake of not making a 1 hour video, you know, because like it's been 8 years, so there's like so much I can dig into. I'm gonna try to first of all simplify the things that I'm gonna talk about, and then second of all I'm gonna break it down to 4 different parts in this video. We are gonna first of all talk about my physical changes, and then my social life, and then my mental health, and my cat is using the litter box. What's going on in this video? Anyway, last but not least, sex. I can't believe I'm doing this. Just for you guys, okay? So yeah, if you wanna get to know my whichever part you would like to listen to, keep on watching. So the very first part, my physical changes. Now I'm not gonna dig too deep into that because it's been 8 years, so I no longer feel so much happening to my body anymore. I've actually made a video about 2 or 3 years ago only talking about my physical changes, especially my boobs. I think I've only talked about my boobs in that feed. What kind of channel is this? Only for educational purpose. Anyway, yeah, so I've made that video. Long story short, thanks to HRT, I was able to develop a double C, I think now double D cup. So my boobs are 100% natural. For more details, I think I've explained every single detail I possibly could in that video. I think that's a great video to watch. So go there and watch it. And besides my boobies, I would also like to mention about my hair, my skin, and my weight change. For my hair, I think it's a different texture than before. It's softer now and easier to manage, easier to style. But that could just be me learning how to take better care of my hair over the past 8 years. So I cannot be 100% sure on this. But yeah, like if you just want to compare my hair now and my hair back then without thinking about all the factors that I just mentioned, I think my hair is different now. And for my skin, I am actually not the best person to go to. I'm not trying to brag, but like I just naturally have like very soft and fair skin. So ever since growing up, my skin has always been very good, very smooth, very bouncy. That actually hasn't changed much because I already have like a very good base to start with from the beginning. But I've definitely seen like great examples of people on the internet sharing like how good their skin has become ever since they started their transition. And the opposite case would happen to trans men. So you would see trans men having breakout skins and pimples and, you know, like all those puberty things. So yeah, that's the skin part. And about the weight, oh my god. I've gained nearly 40 pounds ever since I started my transition. And it's not even like in my control. Estrogen just naturally wants to store fat near your belly because it thinks you're gonna get pregnant one day, which I'm not. But there's nothing I can do about it, you know? If you have good advice on how to lose weight, please comment down below. And that's pretty much it for the body changes. I feel like with HRT, this is something that you definitely would expect to happen, and I mean it's like slowly but surely. If you have anything that you would like to ask me, you can comment down below and I will for sure get back to you. Now for the social life, one thing I have learned throughout the past 8 years is, first of all, your social circle will most likely get smaller. I mean, it really depends on where you're from. If you live in a more open-minded country, then anything is possible. You can still make great success and become whoever you want to become. But I live in China, a very conservative, traditional country. where people do not really appreciate LGBT, especially when it comes to the government. We're not digging into politics today, but you know what I mean. So yeah, if you have similar culture background like I do, you're gonna have a smaller social circle. And I'm not even someone who's like very shy or something, you know. I'm very outgoing. I'm like a social butterfly. When I go out, I say hi to everybody, you know. I talk to strangers, you know. I have, like, in my city, I have very great connections with like business owners, you know, bar restaurants owners, and like I know people know me in this town, okay? So I'm not someone who's like, oh, I know nobody likes me, you know, nobody knows me, you know. I do have great connections, but I still think if I was not transgender, I could have had bigger success. I could have had a bigger social circle. And the other thing that I've learned throughout the past 8 years is people come, people go. As sad as it sounds, that's just the reality that a lot of trans people would go through. Now, this case doesn't depend on where you're from. It happens to almost every single trans person on this planet. Because once you start your transition, your world will be just flipped upside down. Like, everything is gonna change. I remember back then when I started my transition, only a few people stayed to support me, but even some of them would stab your back and talk shit behind you. I had this one friend who used to be one of my besties. When I first started my transition, she was like one of the first people who supported me. And if you are a trans person and you've started HRT, you would know for the first few months of HRT, your mood is gonna swing like crazy. Like, you get very emotional, you get very, I would even say dramatic sometimes. Anything can trigger you, anything can make you cry, and you can't even control your tears, that kind of cry. It was really like too much for me. And during that time, that friend actually said something to my other friend saying that, oh, I think Shia is like a drama queen. She makes everything looks like such a big deal. And then that friend later on told me that, hey, you know, like, she said this about you. And to me, it was very hard to accept, like, she said that about me back then, because like I said, my mood was just like up and down, like a roller coaster every single day. I was so aware of my emotions, and I would even tell my friends, I would tell them like, hey, this is most likely what I'm going through for the next few months. So just bear with it. Just know that I don't mean it if I ever get emotional, dramatic, or whatever. But still, some people would still talk shit about you. Like, you know, it's like they just cannot really understand what you're going through, even if they try to. So if you are starting your transition, this is definitely something that you have to keep in mind. Like, some people, they may want to support you throughout the journey, but maybe they're not able to. They would fail to understand the things that you're about to go through for the next few years. Let's just say it's not our fault and it's not their fault. It's just some people will fail to understand you throughout the journey. And this is only one small example of things that can happen to trans people when they go through their transitions. I'm not even talking about family issues. I'm not even talking about, you know, like career. This is gonna be a much bigger project, a bigger video in the future. So subscribe, stay tuned. I for sure will talk about this one day. I swear, I promise. Now, for dating, I do think it's very different for all the transgender individuals, because we have different appearance, we have different cultural backgrounds, you know, nationalities, you know, language we speak, and just everything is different. So I feel like dating or marriage or love in general, it is like part of the culture that we're in. So I think for this, I cannot really say too much about what you can expect if you're just starting your journey. Now, mental health. For those of you who have been watching my channel, especially the previous few videos, you would know I've been really not doing well lately, but that has nothing to do with my transition. What I'm going through right now is actually something called political depression. It's typically a feeling of someone fighting against a big system, feeling powerless to change that system. Now, today I'm not going to dig into any of that. I'm only going to focus on the mental health when it comes to, you know, being a transgender woman. I feel like when I first started my transition, I've definitely felt a sense of relief. Like I was finally able to, you know, accept myself, embrace myself, and live the life that I deserve. And as time went by, for the year 2016 to 2019, I was actually pre-op, and that was very difficult. That was very tough. It's very hard for me to try to put myself back to that mental space and try to remind myself of the things that I've been through. I'm not gonna cry again for this video. I'm not gonna cry again. No tear for this video. No tears. Oh my god. I've been crying for the past few videos, guys. Like, I'm not doing that for this video, okay? I feel like those few years of me not having a surgery, I would definitely say it was very hard for me. Like, although I would say in general my mental health was, you know, getting better because I knew that was the right track. I was on the right track. It was just a matter of time for me to save up the money and do the surgery. But still, like, not having the surgery for me, I mean, this is just like for me, okay? I know some people, they don't feel like they need a surgery, but for me that was something that I needed so much, that I wanted so bad. And I just remember the sleepless nights of me crying and just thinking about, you know, why am I going through this? Why am I stuck in between? Why am I, you know, because it's like when you were in that body and you wanted to go on dates with guys, there's no way for you to just be like, oh, I'm not gonna tell them on the first date. Like, you know, like, what if you're gonna do something, you know? Like, you have to tell them before you went on a date. And that was so hard because even if they could understand where you were mentally, but that physical situation, it's just a lot of guys were just not willing to accept that. So from the year 2016 to 2019, the surgery was all I wanted. I think about it every single day, wondering when I could save up money for the surgery. And the reason I'm talking about this is if you are early on your transition, I would tell you the surgery is not gonna solve all the problems in your life. After the surgery, you are still gonna have guys who are not okay with who you are, what you are, and you're still gonna have some guys who like you so much, and once you tell them who you are, they will still just, you know, walk away. I'm not saying it's as bad as before, but it does happen still, even for someone who considers herself lucky in the dating market. So that's something that you have to keep in mind. The surgery is not gonna just magically change everything and make all the guys accept you or girls accept you. And also one very important thing is before the surgery, you would see the surgery as like an ultimate goal, like something that's gonna change everything for good, you know, like as long as I have it done, my life is gonna be perfect. Like, I'm gonna be so happy, like my life is gonna be so different, you know, I'm gonna be smiling every single day, you know. But the thing is just like, it's not true. After the surgery, you are most likely gonna experience this period of time when you just feel super lost. It's like you were so crazy about this surgery thing, you think about it, you know, day and night, and now you have it done finally, and all of a sudden, you know, you cleared your mind, you know, it's empty, and you started wondering what you should be doing next or in the future. So this is something that's definitely very interesting that I've personally been through, and I think it's happening to a lot of trans people out there as well. So yeah, it's worth mentioning. Now the last but not least, are we really gonna talk about it? Sex. Oh boy, like I said, I've had my surgery done in 2019. I wouldn't mention much about before the surgery because that was just not something that I would like want to go back to and discuss. That's just, yeah, like a very weird time of my life, you know. But after the surgery, oh my god, it was magical. It was magical. It was so good. Like, I felt everything I was able to feel. The doctor just did such an amazing job on me. Oh wait, actually am I gonna show you? Hold on, I actually drew down my shape some months ago. Can I show this on YouTube? Ready? 3, 2, 1. So that's Is this really okay? Like YouTube, like this is for educational purpose, this is for educational purpose, this is for educational purpose. Like YouTube, don't delete the video. So the doctor did an amazing job on me, and I would say my sex life has been really wonderful. I'm able to get wet, I'm able to come, I'm able to feel everything I used to feel. Oh my god, I can't believe I'm talking about this. I'm definitely able to enjoy everything on the bed like a regular woman. So yeah, that's it. Like there really isn't much to say except for telling you guys I have great sex life. So yeah, 8 years of transition, a lot has changed. If you are early on your journey, I would like to wish you a good time with your transition, and I would like to wish you a happy sex life. This video is too much. Yeah, see you guys next week. Bye.